Hello, so our next problem is product of array except self. I assume and hope you already know the problem and we can jump to see the solution. Let's say we have an array of integers 1, 2, 3 and 4 and we have to return the answer array so which will be basically 24, 24, 8 and 6, and this is the solution. So how we solve the problem? Firstly, we have to create two arrays, left and right. So what are these? Basically, this will be the same. This will be arrays where each element will be the product of all elements before the current element and itself for the left array, and for right will be each element will be the product of all arrays after this current element in itself. So how do we do it? Let's see, we have our array 1, 2, 3 and 4, and for left what we do is we the first element of left will be just as in nums because we have no elements before 1, so it will be just 1, and the second element will be the product of current element, which is 2, and all elements before 2, before our current element, so it will be 1 multiplied by 2, which is 2, and for 3 it will be product of all elements before 3 and 3 itself, so 3 multiplied by 2 will be 6, and for 4 it will be product of 4 and all elements before 4. And how we know the product of all elements before our current element is by looking up the left array. So it will be, if our index is 0, 1, 2, 3, it will be I minus 1 in the left, so it will be 6 multiplied by 4, which is 24. And for right, creating our right array, we do basically same logic but starting from the end of our array. So for end of our array, for right it will be just 4 because we have no elements after 4, so it will be just 4, and we go to the next element backwards, and it will be product of current element multiplied by all product of all elements after our current element, so it will be 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12. And for next element, so basically for right we are going backwards. For next element, for 2 it will be product of 2 and all elements after 2, so it will be 2 multiplied by 12 and it's 24, and for 1 it will be 1 multiplied by 24 and 24. So we've got our two arrays, left and right, and from this left and right we have to construct our answer array. How do we do it? Let's see. For example, we have to return the value for element 3, and for element 3 what we do is we have all products of elements before 3 and after 3, but we don't have to include 3 itself. And before 3, product of elements before 3 we can look up from left array, and product of all elements after 3 we can look up from right array. So basically logic is answer I will be left I minus 1 multiplied by right I plus 1. So for 3 we can see that it will be 2 multiplied by 4, so it's 8. And for 2 we can see that 1 left I minus 1, which is 1 multiplied by right I plus 1, which is 12, and 1 multiplied by 12 is 12. And here we can see two kind of edge cases where we cannot go to the left. So for example, for first element of our answer we cannot go to the left in our left array, so it will basically be right I plus 1. So we just say right 1. The second element from right will be our answer, so it will be 24. And for the last element, we cannot go to the right, to the next element in our right, so it will be just left I minus 1, so it's 6. So this is how we construct the array, and you can see the code here. I basically have done some checks of if I is 0, then it's just for both left and right I made the checks, as well as for the answer. So for left, it will be saying if, when we're constructing left array or right array, if I is 0, then it will be just nums I. For right, the last element will be just same as nums array. And I do the same checks for first element and last element checks for answer as well, and just return the answer.